Sorry, I forgot about the time limit again. I'm back. This is Serpentstare, this is Gizmos and Gadgets, this is the middle of a puzzle, and I was just explaining that weight which is placed further away from the fulcrum of a simple lever influences its position more than weight which is placed further towards the middle. In this puzzle, we have a blue weight that we can place on the thing. We want to balance the scale. We need to put it just as close to the middle as the 10 weight which is on the other side. I also mentioned that this is actually a multiplication puzzle, even though it doesn't look like it. The numbers that are on the... That's not a fulcrum. That's a bar, whatever, of the scale indicate how much the weight that you put on it is multiplied by. So 10 at 1 equals 10. If I put it over here, it'd be 50. If I put it over there, it was 30. Oh, wow. Get away from me, monkey. Get away! I was not expecting that, but you gave me presents. You gave me the best engine in the level. Thank you. And that's a differential with a 3-to-1 gear ratio. We only need one more part, and I believe that... That's a useless dead end. But it indicates my point. You can go through those rules. I don't need to open that... I don't need to open that door unless I want to go to the next room over. And I can save that, I think. So let's go down to the middle one first. And we'll get those boxes that were there. 4 plus 1 equals 5, so the 5 at the same number will balance it out. Apparently it doesn't matter that the 1 is below the 4. They just add up. Wooden body shaped like a box. That's the last part we needed, but that is a shitty body, so let's not use it. You just recycled a part. This is the first time in this game that I've recycled a part. True story. Recycled parts are placed back in the warehouse in red boxes. Now, you might be saying, Serp, all of the boxes are red. Now, these boxes are yellow. That is exactly the same part. There are multiples. Don't worry about it. When you... Burgle. Sorry, my brain just decided to go somewhere else. Pardon me while I solve this puzzle. Puzzle solved. Now we're somewhere else. Now I have bananas. Right, when you recycle a part, the yellow parts of the box turn red when it goes back on the floor. And that way, you can tell whether or not it's a part you already recycled. So, it's going to be back on the floor, but if you find it again, you can save yourself the trouble of picking it up and then discarding it again. Also, you can not bother picking up a part if you put a chimp to sleep and they picked up a recycled part for you. This is the magnet puzzle, which I automatically started solving. There's a nice wood grain table. I don't know why it's a wood grain table, and it has an etching on it. Those etchings can make these puzzles very, very annoying. If you don't put the magnets close enough to where they are supposed to be on the table, you might fail the puzzle even if the shape is perfect. Anyway, this is very simple. It's a magnet puzzle. You want the poles to match up, because otherwise, if you try to do this, they will refuse. They will move around. So, use the laws of magnetism to build the shape without it trying to come apart and flee from you. The shapes do, of course, become more complicated as the game goes on. 4 tires that are 5 inches wide. Excellent! A cheetah! I don't really care. More bananas? Sure. I'll take it. And now this is what I mean. Whoa. That was a delayed button push. More green paint. And a differential. 2-to-1. Oh, see. So now we have the best differential. We have the best wheels. We have the best engine. We have the worst body. And we have another magnet puzzle. Now, I recall when I used to play the magnet puzzles when I was a kid, I think the sound effects were different because I remember clicking on the rotate button made a kind of a tack sound that reminded me of professional men's shoes walking down the hallway of the tiles on my school. So it reminded me of the principal, basically. Here we are. We're close to the bottom. If you jump through a chimp, they will not knock you over. Let's go back up to the workshop so that that monkey doesn't run over me and steal possibly one of my most valuable parts. Okay, 5 inches wide. That's the best tire. 60 horsepower was the best engine, wasn't it? You can click on the blueprint anytime to bring it up. Yep, 60 is the best. And for some reason the best differential is kind of square. I doubt that's actually true. But that's the best differential right there. That'll be the engine, that'll be the drive shaft, I suppose. That makes sense. And let's test my theory. This is a wooden body shaped like a box. I'm not going to use it, but I am going to put it down. And you will see that because I misted this area with red paint earlier, it is now painted red. Funny how that works, huh? I actually have all the best parts except for the worst body, so it might be interesting to see if I can win this race too. You know what? Just for kicks and giggles? Let's do it. It'll get me a low score, but let's do it anyway. Least aerodynamic race car ever. Wow. Watch me slow down on those straightaways. The tires are great. It takes the turns magnificently. Also, you may notice that was a completely unfair race. I got the shorter path because I was in the inside track. I guess Morty Maxwell is just so arrogant that he thinks that he can beat us even when he gives us a huge advantage. Egocentricity. The long-known and celebrated downfall of antagonists everywhere. We're still an assistant. We need a score of 30,000 to move up to the next rank. We have half that, partly because we keep on taking shortcuts and just showing Morty how much he sucks by beating him with substandard equipment. Let's go to the next level. And before we start looking over the changes to the Class 2 gas-powered racer, we will end the video.